Tell it like it is. These are the videos that I like to make because I deal directly with what trauma is and trauma recovery. Not always the easiest thing, so let's be real about that. But also because the resilient growth is powerful and we can make inroads in ways that you may not know. So let me explain. First of all, trauma. One of the things about trauma comes from, actually, spending our lives taking care of everybody else and ignoring our own needs. Yeah, that's the way I describe trauma. Too much too fast and too little too long. Too little attention to our own needs or other people caring for us too, contributing to that for too long. Too little, too long. Too much, too fast, too little, too long. There you go. And most of us women, let's face it, we spend our lives taking care of everybody else, which means that we're on the very bottom of the list, even if we're on the list at all. If you've had any experience with that, let me encourage your heart. Yes, that's how it is, but we can change it. We can change that. It is possible to take care of ourselves without upsetting everybody else. Might upset some a little bit here and there, but without compromising, this is the piece I really wanted to share, without compromising my own character, our own character, who we are. We don't have to become aggressive and nasty and all of that. We could just be aware and do what we need to do. That's called assertive. Oh, would you like an illustration? I have a couple. One, this morning, I did not want to get out of bed. I had a short night and there's a lot on my mind, but I know that my days run better, my weeks go better when I take care of my body's basic needs for exercise, mobility, really, and recovery from injuries, that kind of thing, to get my body functioning like a properly maintained machine, only far better than a machine. Support its self-healing aspects. I got up, I got my clothes on, came to the gym and got my workout in. This is number 4 this week, and I've accomplished a goal already today. But the most important thing is I've done what my body needs. I'm taking care of that. All right. Inside myself, I know, and I just don't do what I need to do. Number 2, I'm not hesitating from speaking up when I have needs that maybe somebody else could help me with in order to provide the very best support for my body, for myself, for my life. And one of them happened this morning at the gym. That's what brought all this up. There was a guy that finished on the machine and he walked away. I said, "Oh, you done?" Because it was one I wanted. He said, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to wipe it down." I said, "I really don't care about that. Would you?" And then I thought, well, he was willing to do something and I gave him a break on. It'd be really nice if he would take off the piece of equipment that was added on, an adapter thing. It's not the one I wanted. And put on the other one, which is just a long bar, which I can do. It's not an issue that I can't do it. I can do it. But he was right there and he was willing to do something. And so I just turned to him and I said, "Oh, would you mind changing that?" Because I know that the straight bar was there before he started. That was the other reason. I said, "Could you just put this bar back up there for me? Do you mind doing that?" And he said, "Oh, no, not a problem at all. Sure, I could do that." Well, I know I could do it too. So it was a win-win. I spoke up for myself. I said it nicely. It was a great setting. He was happy to help. If he'd said no, it would have been okay. I could have done it myself. But there you go. Speak up. Ask for help when you need or want it. It made it so much easier for me and faster. Number 3. Now we're getting tricky. Number 3. Sometimes you have to Just do what you need to do, even if it might make somebody else unhappy. But to do it in a way that you know is appropriate, maybe. But number one, to do it, that's the need. So there was a piece of, this was yesterday. Tuesday. Oh no. Yes, it was Tuesday. Well, I wanted to use actually that same piece of equipment, the pull down. And the bar was there. However, there were two young women that I have have interacted with, watched before. They come to a piece of equipment and take it over. Sometimes they take videos of themselves. They pose in front of the mirror to make sure that their body is coming up, shaping, I guess, the way they want it to be, and talk. They stop and go get water at the fountain while they leave their stuff all over the equipment. Nobody else can use it. Now, I've spoken to the owner of the gym and I said, what's going on if this happens? And so, what do you do? I mean, I didn't say. Sometimes they take over a piece of equipment for 30 minutes. No joke. So I was watching them working out, and I went and did another piece of equipment nearby. And I was watching. I didn't want to, they were using it and stepping on it, stepping off. Okay, that was fine. But then at one point I looked over and the two of them were using the other two pieces of equipment attached to that. And the one that I wanted was open. I went, okay, I'm just going to count to 8 twice with a little break in the middle. I'll just go do it right now. So I walked over and there was their piece of fabric. I don't know what the exact point of it is or use of it is, but it was sitting. They laid it across. There's 4 areas you can use there. They were using actually 2. They had their little piece of fabric on the other one, the seat of it, for nobody to use. And I went, well, okay. So I gently picked it up. It was nicely folded in half, and I laid it on their bag of other pieces of equipment that they take around with them. I just gently laid it there, changed the weight on the machine, and did what I needed to do while they were still working out. I wasn't delaying them or doing anything like that. I didn't have a nasty look on my face. I have asked their permission before, and for things they're in and out of, and it's like, oh no, we're using it. And so I didn't ask. I had talked to the owner of the gym. I knew what I needed to do. I knew I wasn't really interfering with them. So there I was, being assertive, doing the thing that I needed to do for me without going out of my way, out of my character, really, to stir trouble up. I finished. I left the area and I didn't hear anything. I didn't get dirty looks from them, or I don't know what they were thinking. I can't help what they were thinking. But I was taking care of myself in an appropriate way. I'm telling you, there are opportunities all day long in all of our lives to do what we need to do to practice taking care of ourselves. These are gifts from God. When he makes you aware, I tend to always step back. I'm worried about the other person and what they're going to think or what they might say or do. I just, I don't want to upset somebody else while they're trying to reach their goals. Let's be realistic and step into reality. The only person that can take care of my body and get the exercise and so on it needs is me. And the same with you. So, opportunities, yes. And when they come up, when you're aware this is going on, well, there we go. Aware. Awareness is God's invitation to new life. Take advantage of everyone. It's work on yourself to make sure that you're not punching around in anger or frustration. And I'm finding the more I walk along this path, the less all those negative emotions come in anyway. Okay, there you have it. Tell it like it is. What did I title it? This is the best way to work on trauma recovery and resilience growth. There you go. No, like, share, comment. Comment would be really encouraging to me. Let people know that this is meaningful to you. Thanks a bunch. Have a great day.